achiever, Dr. Keisha here. I'm your financial freedom coach, and I help you live your best life possible with career and life and money so that you can just enjoy your life, enjoy the fruits of your labor. So let's just first talk about why I'm even doing this video. So I have a friend, known him for 20 years. He's a successful business owner. He's put 2 children through college, and he hasn't been investing his money at all. And he's saving. And so that's why this video is about saving and changing that $50 into $125. Well, I said to him, why have you not started investing yet? This is not making any sense to me. And he said, well, I was going to wait until I have about 10K. And when I have 10K that I can afford to just give you, and then you can invest it for me. And I said, no, brother man, you do your own investing. I don't invest anybody else's money. And you can invest it yourself. It's super, super simple. It's just our mindset sometimes gets in the way. And I told him, I said, if you would have invested $50 20 years ago, when I first told you to invest $50 a month for, 20 years, you would have upwards of $60,000. But he hasn't. So just think about that. $600 a year for 10 years, that's $6,000. For 20 years, that's $12,000, but you would have at least tripled that money in that amount of time based on compound interest. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. But first, let's get into our money affirmations. So the Budget Bestie Planner has affirmations in it for you. So today I want to talk about being financially free. It is possible for you. That's the very first affirmation on the list. And that is something that I want you to start believing in, because you're going to look at me and you're going to say, $50, $125K, impossible. No, it's not impossible. It's just that maybe you haven't leaned into what actually is possible, even though you've heard my story. So let's look at another affirmation. Let's see. I attract wealth. I like the second one. I attract wealth. I attract wealth. This is not something that I have to go and work for. This is something that comes to me. So I want you to believe in these money affirmations because they truly, truly work. And now I want to show you in the Budget Bestie Planner. You can get the digital version on my website, or you can get the version that's available on Amazon.com, the Wealthy Achiever Planner, Budget Bestie. And here at the top, we're just going to talk about some of the top part today, which is the risk of investment. So today, I'm going to show you how to change the $50 into $125K. And that honestly is with a high yield savings account with your compound interest. And that is what you have to understand about anytime you put your money into an instrument. So whether it's a savings, a checking, as you can see here, stocks or ETFs, or even mutual funds or bonds, you need to understand what the return on investment is and what your risk is. So if you put the money into a savings account or bonds, those are your least risky investment options, okay? Do you understand the investment type? If you don't, please, please, please get the education. So obviously you're here, so you're into education. And also I have a course with me, Complete Financial Freedom Program, where I teach you how to invest. I teach you what the stock market is, how to actually make the transaction, what the different times of day you can purchase your stocks, bonds, ETFs, whatever. So you want to get that education. If you don't, obviously understanding the return options. I'm going to go through that in just a second. What are the expenses? Every investment type has an expense. Even some savings accounts have fees. Even some savings accounts. So you want to ask about that. What about liquidity of the investment? That means how quick can you turn that investment into cash in your hand? How fast can I go to a bank, go to a brokerage firm, and get my money? And the number 6 here, any buy and sell fees. Sometimes simply to buy a stock or to sell a stock, there's a fee associated with that, right? So super simple, super, super easy. All right, so now let's go and look at some of these investments here. I want you to look at the chart on the screen, and I want you to look at just how easy it is if you invest $50 a month for a year. That's simply $600, right? You're probably thinking, that's not very much money. What can I do with that? But it's the interest. And if you invest in a high yield savings account that's 5%, then in 50 years, you could have 125K. But what's important to note is that you yourself would have only put in 30,000 of that 125K. That's important. That is the power of compound interest. That's how I had accumulated $750,000 in just 4 years because of compound interest. So if you take nothing else away from this video today, it's that compound interest works in your favor. And the sooner and earlier you get started with it, the better. All right. So as you can see here on the chart, you can see some other time frames between starting at zero or starting at $50 and over the years how that money accumulates, because you're probably saying, well, I don't want to wait 50 years. Well, look, you don't have to. Look at what you would have in 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. All right. So what do you think? Would you invest $50 a month? Why not? I know you can squeeze $50 out of your budget. And if you need some other ways to come up with that $50, check some of my other videos. I have 15 ways to save $5,000. Boom, that's your money for the whole year right there. So I hope this video helped you. Go get your Budget Bestie Planner. It is going to be a lifesaver on this money journey. And if you're ready to actually start investing and you want to know exactly how to do it, then go check out the Complete Financial Freedom Program at theachieveher.com. Of course, everything is linked below. Chat with you soon.